There are a group of men who prefer a woman to work and go 50-50 on stuff. Now, let me tell you, I am not part of that category. As a matter of fact, I don't think relationships work like that. To be really honest, I think that there may be situations where it calls for that, but a woman who really wants to rest in her femininity doesn't want to have to be masculine and work to provide. She wants a man that she can rely on. And I found out you get a different type of loving. You get a whole different type of response when she can bask in her femininity. And I know what I'm talking about. So, right. So I think that's the first thing. The other thing is, I don't think that April Mason particularly has the wrong mindset. I do think that she is still growing. And one thing that I've learned about women is they have personalities, they have skills, they have desires as well. And one of the things that a lot of men fail to do is have enough going to employ the skills that she has. So a woman is going to seek out a way to express that somehow. So this is why you see women with multiple businesses. They've got a lot of things that they're doing. That's their way of trying to express what they have. And a man who doesn't have enough going for himself doesn't have anything to employ her skills. And so it starts to look as competition. He can't put her into this box because she won't stay. And she's like, I want to be in a box, but the box is not big enough. And so I think it's two things that has to happen. When men get with a woman, we have to take inventory of what her skills are, what her passions are, and figure out if we have enough going on in our life to utilize those skills to push our vision forward. The second thing is women have to also be true with what they want, because it's really easy for women to listen to this podcast and hear the rhetoric and like, let me dumb down what I am. Let me dumb down my intelligence so that I can fit in and find a guy. And that's not what we're saying. We're saying, men, take your leadership, women, take your gifts. Let's merge these things together and let's create the type of dynamic family that when we look back, our kids have great memories and not stories that they're telling their therapist that they didn't see the love and nurturing in family. They didn't see their father a leader. They didn't see their mama a feminine woman. And so we've got this confusion, boys growing up seeing women who are dominant and they find dominant wives, and there's this internal fight that's on the inside of them. They don't know what it is that they're trying to submit to a woman because they submitted to their mama because they didn't see a man there, and mama didn't have a man to submit to, and so it's all confused. So I think this conversation is a lot bigger than we think about it. But the two final things I'll say is men have to have enough going for themselves. Too many of us, we want helpers, and we don't have anything worth helping. Like I say this to a lot of men all the time. We often like to say, he who finds a wife finds a helpmate. And we get stuck on he who finds a wife. And we don't go forward to talk about help. Help is for people who are doing something. And a lot of us guys, we think that going to work and paying the bills and paying down the credit cards and making sure we've got food and making sure we buy a ring, that's enough. And a real woman who has skills and qualities, you can't buy her. The Bible talks about in Proverbs that her price is far above rubies. And so fellas, a free one for you is if you can purchase her, she can't be from God. Because when you get a woman from God, there's nothing you can have that can afford her. You just have to have a purpose big enough to employ the skills that come in her naturally. All right, I'm done. Mr. Bolo.
Wait, are you a pastor in Atlanta or something?
Man, you want me to come behind that? Sir Hale, you want me to come behind that?
I'm a married man 15 years. I know what I'm talking about. Married man, 15 years. I know what I'm talking about. I've learned some things. When you have a gifted wife and she's strong. Now listen, this is only for women who want to be feminine, not fake feminine, not these false, not these people who pretend, not putting on the makeup, not putting on the right hair, the right makeup, and the right weave to make yourself appear to be a woman that you're not. I'm talking about women who really want to bask in their femininity. Those, I'm only talking to y'all right now. The other stuff, we're gonna have to go through Auntie TJ's school for us to get to that place.
Right.
Right now to the feminine women. Right? For feminine women need a man who has enough going on, because it's amazing when she sees that strength. And you can't talk strength, and you can't look like strength. You gotta be strength sustained over a certain period of time. And once you win a woman by her seeing your consistency and commitment to being a leader. And watch this, a lot of fellas, we miss it because as soon as she start mouthing off to us, we retreat and we start doing the happy wife, happy life kind of thing. And what a lot of women are doing, it's almost like when you're getting over a sickness, you have to cough that stuff out. And when it's coming out, it takes a while. So when a woman is mouthing off, it's just some of that toxic femininity coming out. And what we do is once we see that, we retreat and start trying to keep her quiet when we really need to be louder to let her know we got to come on, let's get that out, baby. I'm with you. I know it's ugly.
Tell me more, baby. Tell me more.
Come on, let's keep on doing it, baby.
Yeah.
And then affirm the progress you see in her. When we do this, a lot of us men are overlooking great women, not because they're not great women, but because we don't have enough going on in our life to see the value that they bring to our lives. So while I talk about women, I also put the leadership on men. If we're going to be leaders, let's be leaders.
Wow.
Yeah, boy. I don't
Wow.
know. Bolo. I don't know what
Yo,
you're gonna do.
brother, listen, man. Yeah, Sir Hale covered so much of it, so much of it, and
Let's just be happy that this has been documented on YouTube.
hell
Anyone
yeah,
can go back
forever
and
on
watch it.
Courtney, on I am Courtney. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yes,
So,
sir.
Hello.
I'd like to respond to the young brother though, brother O, because you were talking about how you can be in a relationship with a woman, she could be one way, and then 3 years down the line she could be another way, right?
Yeah.
Okay, now brother Hale said he's married 15 years. I've been married 32, so I learned a few things as well, and one of the things I learned is relationships are dynamic. We as men a lot of times we don't we as men a lot of times we don't see, we think relationships are static. When you came in this way, you're supposed to stay this way. But
nah,
every
fluctuate.
every 5 years or so, everybody's gonna have a different mentality because you got different responsibilities and different things are going on. Like Sister TJ was saying, you're gonna be a different person every 5 or 10 years. So you're gonna have to reevaluate a lot of different things. So don't be alarmed. I'm saying it's not only for you, brother O, because you brought it up. So there's other people listening to us. So I'm gonna put it out there. Just because you're in a relationship with somebody, don't think that person is gonna stay the same. People evolve, they grow. You're gonna see what you got right after, especially after about 10 years. You're gonna go to some funerals together. You're gonna go to some parties together. You're gonna do a lot of different things together, and then you'll see the kind of person that's really underneath. Because people can hide for the first 5 or 7 years. They can kind of hide. They can still, they're not farting in front of you and stuff like that. They still, you know what I'm saying, kind of hide. But after about 10 years, then you see what you really got.
It comes out. It comes
Okay,
out.
I see people quoting their resume. I've been married for 24 years.
All right, come on.
Awesome. So I'm the youngest married in the house,
Yeah,
basically.
you know what I'm saying. So
Awesome.
the thing is, when you're